West. News about Long Island for the people of Long Island. 24 hours every day. This is News 12 Long Island. And now, the night edition.
Good evening, I'm Judy Martin.
And I'm Patti Browne, in for Joe Moskowitz. On the eve of Memorial Day, Long Islanders remember those who fought for our country.
Paying their respects at one of the largest national cemeteries in the country, more than 100 veterans and their relatives reflected on the past. Michelle Roman was there.
It was a day filled with much fanfare as veterans young and old marched into the Long Island National Cemetery. It was also a time for solemn reflection. Veterans from both world wars, Korea and Vietnam, gathered today to honor those men and women who made the supreme sacrifice for their country. Some vividly recalled their active duty with mixed emotion.
Well, it was a nice day, except around 5 minutes to 8. And I heard the bombs falling down.
Here at the Long Island National Cemetery, there are over 15 veteran groups participating in the Memorial Day service. Their goal is a simple one.
Memorial Day should be a dedication instead of sales and all the stores and all. It should take one day out of the whole year to dedicate this particular day for the men and women who served in the armed forces.
And the day holds special meaning for those left behind by veterans.
It seems like they're carrying the ball for us, and it doesn't hurt so much to know people really care. They gave their today for our tomorrow.
And all of the veterans here hope that future generations learn from the past.
It's an ordeal that we owe our fallen brethren, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here today.
Michelle Roman in Pine Lawn for News 12 Long Island.
A Memorial Weekend tragedy is being blamed on drunk driving. Early Sunday morning, 31-year-old Ronald O'Leary of Comac was walking across Jericho Turnpike in Huntington when he was hit by a car and killed. Suffolk police later arrested 31-year-old Ralph Barbieri of Stony Brook. He has been charged with driving while intoxicated. 33 people escaped without serious injury from Saturday's bus accident on the Northern State Parkway, but the bus driver wasn't able to escape the law. He's been issued a citation for operating a commercial vehicle on the parkway. The Northern State does not allow trucks or buses. The tour bus flipped over Saturday evening after swerving as it approached a low underpass near IU Willits Road. The bus was headed for a Patti LaBelle concert at the Westbury Music Fair when the accident happened. 15 of the 33 passengers on board were injured.
3 Suffolk teens are facing drug charges tonight. Police were staking out a Shirley Taco Bell parking lot Saturday night when they spotted a drug transaction taking place. They nabbed 3 19-year-old suspects, 117 doses of LSD, some marijuana, and $150 in cash. Ronald Plate and Melvin Corallo of Shirley and Joseph Iliardo of Mastic were charged with drug possession.
Police say 4 employees at a Huntington bar are in trouble with the law. 3 bartenders and a cocktail waitress at the Cheers bar were arrested for serving alcohol to minors. They were allegedly caught serving alcoholic drinks to a minor who volunteered to go undercover to help police. All 4 are being charged with unlawfully dealing with a child.
Well, the day they were all waiting for was here today, graduation day. But even with all the excitement, students at Dowling College haven't been able to forget about their uncertain futures. News 12's Greg Sergel has more on the class of '93.
Dowling's class of '93 was all smiles on this day. But as for the future, well, no group is more aware of Long Island's tough job market. Keith Scheffler of Merrick went so far as to put out an SOS for a job.
Why the sign on the back of the hat? Because I've been trying to get an airline job and nobody's hiring, and it's very depressing, but I'm going to stick with it.
No such worries for Peter Petito of Hop Hog. The 23-year-old Dowling graduate already has a job as a technician with Computer Associates. A special Dowling program helped him land that job, a so-called co-op program that secures paid internships for students at companies in their field of study. Many students like Peter end up working for those very same companies after graduation.
Training on the job is probably the best thing. I feel it's worked out the best for me. It prepared me a lot better for moving up.
Stephen Deniston is the co-op program director.
Provides experience that goes a long way in, one, clarifying their career interests, two, giving them valuable work experience so that they're much more employable when they graduate.
No one is more grateful for the co-op program than Suzanne Gogler of Lake Grove. Because of her co-op work, the laid-off defense company technician has earned a job at a Long Island accounting firm.
They give you the experience that you need to get a good job. They give you the confidence. It gave me hope for the future.
Despite the co-op program's merits, only about 49 of Dowling's 600 or so graduating seniors actually took part in the program. Half of those students have jobs at graduation. School officials are hoping that more students will take part in the program in the years to come. At Dowling, Greg Sergel, News 12 Long Island.
And when the night edition returns, Bill Clinton can't run away from a letter he wrote in 1969. A fire tears through a building near Miami Airport. And a local beach that you won't be able to visit. These stories ahead. Stay with us. Memorial Day, but if you had plans of going to Ransom Beach in Bayville this Memorial Day, think again. News 12's Renee Mitchell explains.
This is what you'd see if you tried to get onto Ransom Beach in Bayville. Not only has the beach been officially closed since May 5th, but so are the parking lots, which merchants claim were supposed to be open by Memorial Day weekend. They're not, and some store owners say they're paying the price.
Business is off, I'd say, at least 30%. And the thing that you can't measure is what is this going to do long term for people that look at this and drive by and deem it to be a closed beach for the whole season. That's not tangible. We don't know what that might cost us.
The December nor'easter took its toll on Bayville. And while most merchants understand that cleanup efforts take time, they blame town officials for taking their time all winter.
If the beaches were open, I feel that the people have been more available to use the beach, park, sit down, have a seat, go for a walk. It's a beautiful weekend.
A spokesperson for the town of Oyster Bay told News 12 they expect the parking lots west of Ransom Beach to be open next week, but claim federal bureaucracy is why it's taking so long for the lots east of the beach to be restored. The beach itself may not be ready for bathers until sometime in July. The summer season is generally the busiest for the merchants of Bayville. While they're supported by local residents during the wintertime, it's the out-of-towners that flock to the beach in the summer months. Like Ellen Hamill, who traveled from Queens to go to Ransom Beach only to find it closed.
I'm very disappointed. I mean, now we have to go for a longer walk and go a longer walk to the bathrooms to go over to the other beach. So it's not pleasant.
Other Long Islanders echoed those thoughts.
It's a real downer for the families. The weather is perfect. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's party time.
In Bayville, Renee Mitchell, News 12 Long Island.
In other news, two key Senate Democrats say they'll back President Clinton's economic plan if it's revised. Senator David Browne and Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan are calling on the president to scale back the energy tax. They want more emphasis put on spending cuts and less on new taxes. Mr. Clinton is assuring them he will work on those changes. The plan has already passed in the House of Representatives.
Meanwhile, President Clinton says he can't run away from a letter he wrote in 1969 criticizing the U.S. role in Vietnam. In an interview with Sunday's Washington Times, Clinton says he stands by the sentiments of the letter written when he was 23. But he says now that he's 46, he might write it differently. Clinton said that although he believes the U.S. policy was wrong, that doesn't mean the people who fought the war weren't good people.
The United States military may soon just fight one war at a time. Defense Secretary Les Aspin is dubbing his proposed method win, hold, win. Under that strategy, the U.S. would not engage in several major entanglements at once. That according to an article in the New York Times. Under the new approach, if two conflicts were to break out overseas, the U.S. would use massive military force to win one war while using limited forces to hold the line in the other.
A fire near Miami International Airport lit the nighttime skies with flames that tore through a cargo building last night. The blaze could be seen for miles as the building burned to the ground. It took firefighters an hour to get the fire under control, and it was hours after that before they were able to put it out. Fortunately, there were no injuries, no damage to airplanes, and air traffic continued uninterrupted.
When News 12 continues, will the rain stay away for Memorial Day? Meteorologist Norm Devoskin will tell us. And a trip through time. We'll take you back to the Renaissance. Stay tuned.
Hey, Long Islanders, if you love Long Island, you'll love to win one of the fabulous prizes in the I Love Long Island sweepstakes. A free membership for tremendous savings at Body, Mind, and Soul. Tickets to Gateway Playhouse's fabulous 1993 season where Broadway comes to Bellport. A free boat rental from Uline's Marina Boatyard and Motel. Or a free subscription to the Tiller Center 1993 season. To enter, just stop by any Dairy Barn or send a postcard to the I Love Long Island sweepstakes. Box 444, Syosset, New York 11791. The I Love Long Island sweepstakes. Enter today.
Nowadays, a lot of homes are being broken into and robbed. This is a horrible experience no one should have to face. Believe me, I know. So I've arranged to supply, absolutely free, and through the courtesy of Pony Express, a home security system with the purchase of any new or used Paul Conte Cadillac, Chevrolet, or Geo. Now you can enjoy safety and security on the road and the comfort of peace of mind at home. Only at Paul Conte Cadillac, Chevrolet, or Geo.
After Thomasville built so many beautiful dining rooms, so many elegant bedrooms, so many magnificent living rooms, we had to build something else, a place to put it all. So we're opening Thomasville Home Furnishings of Coram, a store with a huge selection, courteous service, and great prices. How did Thomasville get all of this under one roof? Easy. We have a big roof. Come to Thomasville Home Furnishings of Coram and save during our grand opening celebration sale.
If you want to save money, watch closely. You can get high-octane gasoline here, here, and here. You can also get it at Coastal, with one big difference. Coastal high-octane premium gasoline costs less. Cash or credit, and that can save you a lot of money every time you fill up at Coastal.
Well, you probably weren't lucky enough to see the kings and the queens rule in the 14th century, but you did have the chance this week, actually this weekend in Huntington. That's where the 21st Annual Renaissance Fair was celebrated. It was a fair to remember with costumes and food typical of the medieval era.
Members of the society are providing an entertainment for the fair in the form of tournament combat. This is our interpretation of what was practiced during those rare peace times in the Middle Ages and Renaissance, when the soldiers kept their fighting skills in shape by working out with each other with blunted weapons.
Folks shopped for crafts and enjoyed music from the Renaissance period. Lots of people went to that one. A gorgeous day outside, that's for sure.
That's right. They had beautiful weather for that, beautiful weather for the beaches. 2 out of 3 so far. Norm, don't let us down.
Things are looking okay for tomorrow. No rain, but you know, we do need the rain. And because of the lack of moisture, Jack and Jill are only allowed to fetch a pail of water every alternate Wednesday.
We'll keep that in mind.
Okay, but I think it'll be dry on Monday. Some clouds rolling in, but you can't compare to what we had on Sunday. Temperatures in the 70s. Ed Lint of Mineola, one of the Long Island weather observers, reported a high temperature of 79 degrees. Walter Dibbins in Massapequa was 75. Gary Stone in Centerport had a high of 75. And Kim Hicks out at Montauk, 73 degrees. And that is nice and warm for Montauk Point this time of year. Just a great day with some nice northerly breezes. High pressure over the East Coast has cut out a swath of some nice dry air, clear skies, and you can see this condition across our region. But out to the west, there's a weather disturbance with a warm front and a trailing cold front, showers, thunderstorms, and the clouds are moving very rapidly in our direction. And we'll start to see those clouds in the morning on Monday, and they'll start thickening and lowering through the day. The high pressure system will move out into the Atlantic. Winds will shift around to the southeast, giving us a cool water flow. Temperatures only in the 60s. And then this system, the final cold front, will swing across early on Tuesday, and then some dry air moving behind that system. Looking right across the radar, we see some clear skies and no rain at all across the coast. Some heavy showers out to the west. That's part of that weather disturbance moving in our direction, and that'll take its time getting here, and we'll start to get some showers late on Monday. So for Monday morning, look for partly cloudy skies. The sun rises at 5:24. Temperatures in the 40s at some place, a little bit cool, and mostly around 50 degrees. If you're headed for the beach on Monday, we have some cool temperatures, some clouds rolling in. Only a 6 on a scale scale of 10, kind of a so-so beach day. And the forecast for Monday, Memorial Day, is for some sun in the morning, then increasing clouds through the day with winds on the waters out of the south-southeast at 10 to 20 knots. Temperatures running around 65 to 70 degrees. If you happen to live on Greenbrier Lane in Dix Hills, you'll have a high temperature of 68 degrees. So the rain should hold off until late in the day, so it'll be another long, dry day. Taking a look at the extended outlook for Tuesday, some leftover showers, then becoming partly cloudy. A beautiful day on Wednesday with a high of 72, and then Thursday back to normal temperatures with partly cloudy skies. So things are looking good for the most part. Some rain coming in late tomorrow.
Great.
Okay. Nice weekend. Great weekend.
Good. Thanks, Norm.
Thanks, Norm. Well, have you been blowing your nose or sneezing a lot? It's no surprise that it's allergy season, but experts say the disrupting allergens may not be limited to the outdoors. They say millions of Americans suffer from allergies that originate in the home. Allergens sometimes linger in carpets, furniture, bed covers, and mattresses in the form of dust mites and pet dander. Experts say a good spring cleaning can help cut down on the stuff that irritates your eyes and nose.
And maybe an air filter, too, might be a good idea. Well, straight ahead on the news, we'll introduce you to a family that has a unique way of celebrating Memorial Day. And in sports, they're faster than a speeding bullet. They're those wild drivers at the Indy 500. Mike Zimmet will reveal the winner's identity in a moment.
Shop, shop. Nemo's. It's for everyone.
You've got to love it.
Nemo's got active wear. Got it.
Nemo's got jeans.
Nemo's got footwear.
There's no place like it. Got to love it.
Nemo's, you've got to love it.
There's no place like it.
Let's compare our vehicle with the competition's. Both have roomy interiors. But ours comes with thousands of legendary low prices every day, plus hundreds of weekly bonus buys where manufacturer savings are passed directly to you. Theirs doesn't. So with our set of wheels, you get the same groceries as the competition at a total lower cost. Did we mention all the legroom? Edwards, with our total lower cost, you'll cart home the savings.
What's new at Mobile? Let's take a look.
Introducing new Mobile Super Plus detergent gasoline. It still cleans fuel injectors and intake valves.
Now it helps keep the very heart of your engine cleaner. Down here, the cylinders and pistons.
So come down to the Big Red O and drive your engine clean with new Mobile Super Plus, the detergent gasoline.
What do you get with an IBM PS1? At PC Richard & Son, you get a computer and a keyboard. And it comes with a color monitor, unlike computers from some other guys, plus a modem and lots of preloaded software, even a mouse. And at this low price, it comes with 0% financing for 90 days. Now that's a pretty small price for such a big deal. Get a 486 SX IBM PS1, the one you really want, at PC Richard & Son.
Big day in Indianapolis, and Mike Zimmet is here with the details.
All right, just as Judy Martin predicted, Emerson Fittipaldi won the 77th running of the Indy 500 at the Indianapolis Speedway. Where else? So what's it like going into the wall at 200 miles per hour? Danny Sullivan, boom, but luckily he walked away unhurt. Looks like one of those Cupid dolls, just keeps bopping in the back of your car. 16 laps left, Fittipaldi breezed by Nigel Mansell to take his first lead of the race, and he did not give it up. Emo takes the checkered flag with a fist in the air. The second Indy 500 victory for the Brazilian. Ari Luyendijk was second, and Mansell did come in third. To baseball at Shea today, the Reds smacked 14 hits off Mets pitchers. They beat New York 8-4, so Cincinnati now 4-2 under Davey Johnson, but the Mets 3-6 under Dallas Green. How about some Mets follies in the third? Runners on first and second, the grounder to Tim Boger. He goes to Jeff Kent to get the force at second, but then it looks like the News 12 softball team. Jacob Bromfield caught in the rundown. Everybody tries to tag him. They cannot. So Bobby Kelly winds up at second. Actually, this could have been a triple play if the whole thing worked. In the 6th inning, Mets down 4-2. Bobby Bonilla comes up and boom, he lashes a 2-run homer to tie the score at 4. The second of 2 homers in the day for Bonilla. In the 7th inning, Joe Oliver, the hero of the day for Cincinnati, he breaks the deadlock with a 3-run homer off starter and loser Pete Shurik, who drops to 2 and 6. The Mets lose it by the score of 8-4. And the Yankees were also home today. They played home run ball to beat Chicago 6-3. Bob Wickman and Steve Farr combined on the win. Here's the 4th inning. George Bell off Wickman. Base hit left field. Tim Raines comes around to score. Joey Cora heading home. The throw not in time. Chicago leads 2-1. Wickman allowing 7 hits, 3 runs on the day. 4th inning, game winner Kevin Moss with 2 on. 3-run homer off Jack McDowell, his 8th home run of the year. Mike Gallego also clubbed a 2-run homer in the 8th. White Sox have dropped 6 straight games. And college baseball, Adelphi lost the opening game of the Division II World Series in Montgomery, Alabama this afternoon. The Panthers took a 2-run lead into the 8th, but ended up losing 13-12 to top-ranked South Carolina Aiken. Steve Lucas homered for Adelphi in the losing effort. And the Panthers will continue in the double elimination tournament tomorrow. They will face the loser of tonight's game between Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, that's one word, and Missouri St. Louis. Meanwhile, in Tempe, Arizona, St. John's was eliminated from the Division I postseason by Arizona State. The Sun Devils beat the Redmen 12-2 in the finals of the West Regional Tournament, so Arizona State advances to the Division I World Series in Omaha. To basketball, the Chicago Bulls are $25,000 poorer tonight. That is the amount the NBA fined the team after the players refused to talk to the media after a practice today. Game 4 tomorrow afternoon in Chicago. And the Western Conference Final, all tied up at 2 this afternoon in Seattle. The Sonics routed the Suns 120-101. Here's the first quarter. Off the Sonic break, Eddie Johnson hits the fadeaway. He had 12 off the bench. Seattle by 8 after 1. Second quarter, Kevin Johnson drives. Barkley stuffs, cut the Sonic lead to 1. Now second half, Seattle pulls away. Sean Kemp had 20 before fouling out. Then Derek Makita cutting Nate McMillan for the layup. Sonics win by 19. Game 5 Tuesday in Phoenix. And finally, the top 8 women's seeds all advanced to the quarterfinals of the French Open, and they won today like they were supposed to. But on the men's side, 9-seed Michael Stich was upset by Goran Perpic of Croatia. That is sports. Here's Judy and Patty Ann.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Moving along now to a favorite outdoor sport, the picnic. Summer is here, and it's the traditional time for family reunions. News 12's Michelle Romine spent part of the day with one very large Northport family, which gathered to honor a 35-year-old tradition.
This is the spot, the location for the Angelus family reunion. Every year for the past 35 years, the entire clan has gathered here at Sunken Meadows State Park. The tradition was started in 1958 as a way to round up the now extended family.
We did have a lot of misfortune in the family, some deaths, and we got to see all the family at that time, but we decided it's about time we got together for something that was fun.
No invitations are needed for this party, and the Angelus reunion has only been rained out once. No one remembers what year that was, but one family member has never missed the get-together, and today she celebrated her 90th birthday. What's your favorite part about these family reunions?
Seeing everyone all at once. No, it's a beautiful place.
Well, this is the entire Angelus family standing behind me. They now number over 100. Most of the family still lives in the area, although some came as far as Florida. And just what does it take to feed a crew like this? Well, dinner featured 50 pounds of fried chicken, 12 pounds of potato salad, and over 10 cases of soda.
The family is important, and we have the type of family that is very close and stands by each other and helps each other out a lot. And it's, even though we do that on a regular basis, it's nice to do it on one special day that we can all get together for no other reason than to get together.
It was a picture-perfect day of fun in the sun for all. Now a memory to be added to the family photo album. In Kings Park, Michelle Romine for News 12, Long Island.
Can you imagine trying to fit them all in a family portrait?
Yeah, it'd be pretty tough.
Wall size. Well, that's the news for this hour. I'm Patti Ann Browne. More news up ahead. I'm in for Joe Moskowitz.
And I'm Judy Martin. And remember, 6 a.m. starts news headlines and traffic for your Memorial Day. We'll leave you now with the sights and sounds of the Renaissance Fair in Huntington. Have a happy holiday.
Oh, let's see. Well, amongst the armored fighters, we've probably got a group of about 20 or so in armor. And then we also have